David de Guzman, NBC4. Just what's it like to, I mean, obviously you've been here, but what's it like to be back in this specific role?
Yeah, excited. You know, I'm kind of a Buckeye through and through, kind of everything I do. I represent Ohio State, but excited to get to work, and I'll finally be in Columbus full time for a year, you know, year round, which is something new. Ever since I played in the W, I've been gone 7 months a year. Just was the right time to be back. But we're very, very excited to reconnect, and also just be a part of the program. Something that's, you know, treated me so well, has given me a lot, and to be able to give back, you know, to players that are here now, but also the fans, the alumni. Like, all of it is just going to be a lot of fun to kind of reconnect. So I'm really pumped to have this opportunity to be back.
Brianna in the middle.
Hi, Brianna McKay, the Columbus Dispatch.
Okay.
The bigger question, kind of, why leave the WNBA right now, especially after having so much success with Minnesota last season?
This is more personal. It's just like, you know, family time. I got married a year ago. Have a 7th grader, have a freshman here at Ohio State, got aging, you know, my parents are getting older. It was more just a personal decision and time of life.
Can you talk about, Kevin said that you guys have been having these conversations?
Yeah, you know, I come home, like, so home is here. I know with the W, it kind of tricks people, like, oh, you're in Minnesota, but truly my home has always been here. I have a house here in Columbus. I usually go to the WNBA for 6-7 months. But I'm always kind of around the program. I pop in, I say hello, and just try to I like to stay connected. I want them to know that, you know, there's a lot of us out here. And so, yeah, Kevin and I connect, and I just, you know, time of life and just kind of planting seeds and getting to know each other as well. Like, Kevin and I know a lot of people that know each other, but also just the relationship of just kind of, you know, sitting down and have conversations, but kind of planting the seed. And just, like, again, timing's not your own when it comes to coaching. You just kind of do your job and try to do as well as you can. And when opportunities come open, then, you know, maybe it's a good fit. And really blessed and thankful that, you know, this opportunity has come around. Obviously, just for professional and personal reasons, it's really awesome to be back and be able to kind of unpack and stay unpacked.
Adam.
What do you hope that your experience, which is widespread, you can bring here to this program and help build?
It's a little bit of everything. You know, honestly, I'm an alum. You know, played here. The fan base, Buckeye Nation, just how it stays connected. Even now, you know, I've been out of Ohio State since '96, and the relationships, the opportunities, the friendships, just what it means, and the things you can take advantage of. The basketball, it's a program that prepares you to play at the next level or overseas, and so it's. So on court, off court, my experience in the W, both as a player for 15 years and coaching for the last 10, you know, I have a real sense on what it takes to be a pro, you know, in all ways, not only just how you play, but as you carry yourself, how you go about your business. So really anything, you know, just truly want to be a mentor and just whatever they need and want to give. Because I've had a great journey. I tell people all the time, like, basketball's given me so much. Ohio State has given me so much. And all I want to do is be a vessel for their journey. It's not my journey anymore. My job is to give them anything and everything. And whatever they do with that, it's going to be theirs. But I want to be able to, you know, be a positive influence because basketball's been so awesome to me. You know, the women's game is amazing. And I want, you know, Ohio State to continue to grow and thrive. They've had success, and I want it to blow out of the water. I want these fans, I want this community to come and support these ladies because they put in work and they're so talented. So I'm just here to promote and put anything I can, both on and off the floor, to help this program and these ladies in the women's game grow and continue to grow and get the respect that it needs and it deserves. Because I'm a product of it. So anything and anywhere, I'm down and able to be willing to do that. But really excited to kind of impact in a positive way.
Dan, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi, Katie. Dan Hope from 11 Warriors. What is it about Ohio State and about Columbus that have kept you always coming back here that's made this your home?
I guess it started out when I chose Ohio State. You know, I'm from Logan. You know, came to Ohio State games. Kind of grew up a Bobcat fan. My dad played football there, so the other state school. But it came down. I went, you know, Stanford and Ohio State were my last two where I chose, and it actually mattered to stay close to home because my parents, you know, my dad's a dentist, and you know he was a dentist, and it's like When I go to Stanford, nobody's going to be like, what happened to that Katie Smith girl, right? It wasn't social media. There wasn't streaming. The games weren't on all the time. Like, you got another brother down the road. They got stuff going on. So it was a thought, like when I went to Ohio State, if I do my job, if I do what I think I can do, if I work hard, the relationships, the connection that you build with people will last longer than your 4 years of playing. And honestly, it's came to fruition. The relationships I have from the people that were fans when I played are now friends, and you know, the parents are more my fans than the kids now because I'm older, you know. So it's a lot of fun. I give JC a hard time all the time. I said the little ones like you. I said I get the parents because they're more my age range. But I just again, it's something I kind of think. My parents are at home. My brother's local. I have a brother in Chicago, and it's like, it just matters, the connection, and that people can see you're just like me. You did it, I can do it. And then and again, the relationships is the biggest piece. It's one thing basketball's given. Yeah, a career, yeah, playing basketball, but honestly, the biggest thing is the relationships that you've built all these years and all the experiences. So just really blessed to have amazing people.
And you mentioned, you know, making this decision to spend more time with your family.
Yeah.
Do you have aspirations of being a head coach again, or are you kind of just comfortable taking a step back from that?
I'm comfortable where I'm at now. Again, life goes in different directions and things happen. I'm very good. I am very comfortable where I'm at in this time of life. You can't get these years back. I'm pumped to give everything I have. But the fun thing is I've been a head coach for just a short amount of time. When you are a head coach in that amount, you want people on your staff that think like, that bring things to the table. So all of your experiences give you things to help wherever you're at, and that's what's exciting, is that you can just add in any way and continue to help, you know, the players, the coaches, and us as a staff just going to work together to make these ladies have, you know, great experiences and be better basketball players, you know, on and off, you know, the floor. So yeah, I'm good where I'm at right now. Yeah, there's opportunities and whatnot, but I'm really just again, work-life balance has just been a big thing.
Cameron.
Katie, Cameron with The Athletic. I'm curious, you mentioned you've been around the program, kind of got to know Kevin, but just to see with the first last year, almost every home game, they've set some kind of attendance record.
Yeah.
To see the way the program's grown, what has that been like to watch from the outside, and then now being a part of it? What it looks like?
I mean, it's exciting because I think that's the way it should be all the time. You know, we were playing, we were selling out St. John. We were, had the fan base had some runs, but like last year, the Iowa game, and seeing the kids, the teams, the fans, hearing people talk about it, around town. Social media and all the avenues that you can get content and have access to it is so helpful, because then you get to know these players personally without ever really, they're your favorite player because they rock this shoe or they wear this or they, oh man, I really love, so it's, in general, women's sports is amazing because you have access to it, you know what I mean? And it's so great to have them have that connection. And then their personalities on top of that, and then their game, Kevin, the style play that they play, fast pace, pressing, scores all over, shooters. So all of that combined is just phenomenal. So I'm so excited for them because they deserve it, as players and women's athletes, because they work. I mean, they put in the time, and this game is so much fun, and they play it the right way, and you can connect with it. So I love it. Everywhere you go, I don't care if it's on the road, I don't care if it's here. I love that eyes are on, and little boys, dads, anybody. It's phenomenal that, again, it's worth it. And what they do every night. I just want to make sure that everybody does that and stays locked in and supports them along the way.
When you left Minnesota, did you know pretty soon after that you this was going to be your next step, or how did that line up? Yeah,
it came pretty quick. Yeah, so it was some conversations had, obviously connected with Minnesota and made sure that we again, I have great relationships there. But yeah, it was a quick, because obviously this season is right here, right now. Yeah, we finished ours, and it was on to more back to work. No, but it's a lot. As I said, it's I don't know if I've really worked like. Yeah, watching film and stuff like that. The coaching side is definitely a little harder than playing, but you get to be around players and coach basketball and watch basketball, and it's phenomenal. So I'm all game for it. It's it's just a lot of fun.
I do want to move to Zoom a little bit. Thomas, if you want to get us started on Zoom questions, please. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks for the time, Katie. My name is Thomas with Langer and Holy Land. I wanted to ask you about you love the game. You're around Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
You come to games. You watch them over the last few years. Joining the team, is there anything Coach McGough wanted your input on? Or whenever you watch the games, there's something like, oh, I really want to tell Coach this. Watching the team and seeing him play, your own experience.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Probably not before now. Because, again, you're an outsider, and when you're not in it, it's always hard to say, hey, why aren't you doing this? Because he's probably already thought it, and there's probably a reason why they didn't do it, either why personnel. So as a coach and being a player, there's always like a backstory. As fans, we sit back and be like, why didn't she shoot that? But there might be some side conversations. Well, that's not exactly the shot we want them to take at the moment. So that aside, I just now it's just, again, Kevin has such an open kind of a personality that anything you ask or want to throw at him, have you thought about this? Like, here's an offense I really liked, like such and such, like whatever, like Cleveland ran it or something. Or we ran this in Minnesota, like what do you think? Like he's so willing. And again, at the end of the day, we give suggestions and he yay or nay or it may never. That's what we do. That's what I did in Minnesota. You throw things around, you collaborate. Some things you may use and some things you don't. But you're always, I guess that's the fun thing, is you're always learning. So I'm learning from Kevin. We don't press, and they run a press. That's their identity. So it's fun. I'm learning how to teach and communicate and show, so it's just been an easy, so now it's easier to be like, you know what I mean? You kind of understand and have ideas and throw things at them. But part of it is just kind of trusting your instincts and then checking in and making sure in that open conversation of what he needs from me. And if I have an idea or something, just throwing it at him, and whether he takes it or not, it's, we're going to keep working.
Another question. Looking at the WNBA, there's been such a head coaching overhaul this offseason. I think half the teams are now without a coach or in a search for a coach or hired somebody. Was that tempting after you were done? I know you wanted to come back home, but then, oh my gosh, all these jobs have opened up. Was that tough for you to make that decision?
Probably the biggest thing is leaving Minnesota and leaving the W. I literally, in my whole adult life, I've played in the WNBA or been associated with it. So that's probably the biggest thing. But honestly, the head coaching job, I had when I was a head coach, it was a tough situation organizationally. We just got sold and putting together basically a whole brand new team. And I'll just say, not every job's a good job for people. Some people, it's the perfect fit for them. For me, I not to say that all these jobs aren't. It just wasn't the time to do it for me. I feel like I'm way better to, I guess, experience-wise, being under Cheryl Reeve, under one of the best coaches in the world, to manage a team. And I learned so much, but it's also great here because this is going to give you other things that you kind of add to your toolbox. Tempting, I think, honestly, where I'm at in my life right now, it's just not as tempting as probably most people would think. It's just, personally, this was the exact fit, and just really thankful that the timing worked out.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
G, if you want to get a couple of Zoom questions.
He got his hand up.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Gaurav with Ohio State on Sports Illustrated. First question is, you mentioned obviously, and we've seen that the team is playing at such a high pace, very fast level. What similarities can you draw from your team back at Ohio State?
It's so different. The style of play is so different. But just it's just the competitiveness. Like it's their skill level. I think they're great basketball players. Like the fun part about so far the short amount of time is you're not having to teach like really basic stuff. Like you're able to really coach some details in high level things, and so you're around potentially pro basketball players in a sense, and they have a great basketball IQ. They have a great skill set. So I think I like that. But the fun part is like I helped a little bit with the Upper Arlington High School team, and now you're in this level, so that next level. But they're kids. Like it's you think back when you're in that age and what you're trying to figure out in life and in school, and then you're playing basketball. And I think that's what I enjoy the most is like they're kind of sponges. But I think like the camaraderie, the competitiveness that they bring every day is probably some similarities. And the talent. They have a lot of talent here that can as we continue to build, you know, hopefully we'll be dangerous when it comes to tournament time.
Is there anyone in particular who you've seen, at least from this season or in the past, some veterans are returning that you want to crack down on, or that you're excited to work with?
I think all of them, because you know, last year, you know, we're scouting juniors and seniors because they're kind of the COVID year, the extra year, all the things like you kind of got eyes on. Obviously, Cody's, you know, somebody who you already know. She's kind of part of the next draft class, and you know, Petty as well. She's in that mix, and you know, Lonnie being a freshman, but that eventually Chance transferring in. Is she going to be able to? Will she be on everybody's radar? So, you know, you take your kind of WNBA hat because you're watching these players, you know, as they've come up. Because I was at the Pac-12 tournament last year. Watching players, so you'll kind of look at them as if, oh man, they could make it, like they have a chance, they have some skills that could. But I'm pumped like anything. Like I get to work with you know, Petty a good bit, and Elsa, she's young, but anything I can contribute of little things that coaches are looking for in a W, or what we do, especially in the off season, you kind of work on that. I'm willing to share, and you know, I just want them to be able to have success in whatever they want to do.